Maybe movies.
Yes.
Oh, warm.
Warm.
The horror.
Hot. I'm going to let mine cool for a moment.
Yes, I think you're probably right. Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining us again with our overly steaming glasses of mulled wine.
Lovely mulled wine.
Yes, and ooh.
Oh, we have lights.
We do have lights. They've obviously got the power sorted.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us again. If you were here on Wednesday, then you'll know we have started our journey into Hellins.
Hellins.
Terrible, I know, I'm sorry. Where the Peltzer family from Gremlins discover an interesting box.
An interesting box indeed.
Not the box they wanted. Popcorn. Boff. As always, I am Max.
I am Sam.
Crotch popcorn.
Oh, God.
And that's now a thing.
That is now a thing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Before we start, though, as always, a very quick shout-out. And as we are doing horror films, we'll stick with the horror theme. So this is for our good friends. I must admit, I don't actually still know their names. I simply know them as The Management, who their channel is called Newcastle After Dark. A couple of lovely chaps from Pennsylvania who present, in their own words, lost treasures in cinema that are a feast for the mind.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yes, absolutely. They're a great couple of guys. Lovely setup. Again, they introduce the film and they'll do like an interlude about halfway through the film and come back and discuss the beginnings of the film. And then they give their kind of summation at the end as well. It's
cool.
all presented over a glass of steaming beer and a cigar.
Nice.
Thanks again, guys, for all your support. And as always, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
It was a bit of a slow one last time. Some fumbling in the dark.
Yes.
I've got some notes, but not many for this one, because I think, again, most of what we needed to iron out was in the last episode. There are a few problems with this, but I don't think as many.
They're not quite as serious, certainly.
No.
But we do need to find a way to get Rand out of the house for a few days.
Do we?
Yes. Well, at the moment, he's emptying the house and sorting the estate.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be at the house all the time.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, because Larry goes off to the job that he's got, doesn't he? Yeah.
Exactly, yes. We don't have that here, so we need to find a way to get him out of the house for at least a few hours every day.
Well, he's an inventor.
Yeah.
He wants to tout his wares, and he's in a new country that would never have heard of the Peltzer juicer emulsifier or whatever, and the
peeler juicer
and the Peltzer bathroom buddy, and all those kind of wonderful new inventions.
Oh, that's very true. That's very true. So you're thinking
that maybe there is an inventors convention or
some sort of convention? Yeah. Okay, we can because movie that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. That'll get him out of the house at least a bit.
So if we do it on the setup that the bulk of the big stuff from the house has been taken out and gone.
Yeah.
So kind of his sort of man of the house kind of role, sort of shifting, moving, lifting things isn't as required, and he's leaving a lot of what's left to Lynn and Billy to take care of. Oh, I've got a few days free. Do you mind if I just nick off and do this? Lynn will probably agree to it under our new setup, because if he's not in the house, then he's not in danger.
Very true. Yes, very true. Okay, all right, brilliant. That seems to solve that problem.
Yeah. If, as you quite rightly said last time as well, with Billy now having a job at the bank through Steve, is it?
I'm taking it through Steve. I was like he's got got my job at the bank or something.
Fantastic. Yeah. So he's going to be out during the day. Maybe again, he's his mate or he's his new friend. So maybe spending a lot of time going out in the evening, going for a beer or whatever, going for a pint with him.
Yeah.
So that keeps him relatively safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this is going to be very different because when do you think was the last time that Lynn went out dating?
Yeah. That's...
I mean, I suppose she's got that kind of foreign alert because she's an American in the UK.
Yes, she has she does have the slightly exotic allure of simply being foreign.
If we wanted to play up the light-hearted side of it, that She's kind of said, yes, okay, I'll help you, but is trying to do everything that she can to not help him, but people just keep turning up at the house. Oh, come to check the meter before we cut the meter off and all of this kind of thing. And
The thing is if we're doing that, we are kind of leaning harder into the horror comedy.
We are. That's the problem that I had. That was...
On one hand, it could work. It makes more sense than her luring men back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's going to lend an inevitable layer of comedy to what's going on.
I think we can get away with it once. Maybe the first one?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the hardest one, isn't it, for her?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. I don't know, maybe he's an electrician or something?
Yeah. He's come to check the meter.
He'd come to check the meter, but also an electrician would have a lot more reasons to wander around the house.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that works. Oh, yeah, I need to get there. Where's this junction box? Oh, I think it's up in the attic.
Yeah.
On the hope that this will all be done and dusted and they'll be gone before they notice that he's missing.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So we get our first poor electrician gets killed.
Yes.
Which then we cut to, because then we get the bit, that'll now be in the bank, as I said last time, with the homeless guy turning up.
Hobo, yeah.
Who looks strangely like the hobo that Alice Cooper plays in Prince of Darkness.
Really good point. I wouldn't have noticed that, but yes.
So the next bits will play out the same, except again, I mean, do we want to throw in, when we get to the point where Lynn is going out and getting people to come back, do we want to throw in that Frank starts working on her? Starts working on her. Frank is kind of lust on legs, isn't he?
Yes.
And this is the first female that he's seen, obviously, since he's dragged himself out of hell. I know what we've said that our setup is, but can he resist trying to force himself on her?
I think he would try.
I personally don't think he's going to get very far.
No. No, that would also be my response.
Yes, yeah, because Lynn has a very good head on her shoulders.
Fucking no.
Yeah.
But the whole come here, I want to touch you bit and everything like that.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I think he would push his luck, but as you say, not get very far.
No. Do we then want to say use one of these instances, because we're losing Rand for a few days, we'll lose the boxing scene?
Yes, but that could easily be a scene with Billy.
That's what I mean, yeah, so we can use...
Oh, wait, no, that makes that whole scene work very horribly, actually. Because in the movie, she distracts Larry with sex. Mm-hmm. Can't do that, can we? You see, this movie has got a lot more breaking points in it than you might realise.
Oh, this isn't our first rodeo, we can figure this out.
Can we?
Yes, we can. We can.
Yeah. I can hear the certainty already.
We could do it in a kind of like a two-pronged thing. He wants to go up there and double check, and she's like, no, look, don't worry about it. Come and help me with something in the kitchen to do with them packing or stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And then if we really want to layer it on as a complete thing, knock, knock, knock. Steve's there, going down the pub. Do you want to come with us?
All right, yes, that works. Have a star.
Yay!
Because that was actually a potential break point.
It was, yes, yeah. That would be the easiest way to get round that. I need some help moving some stuff in the kitchen. And while they're doing that, Steve turns up. Do you want to come out for a beer? I know it's a shitty night, but
yeah,
better be down the pub with a pint. So off, and they go off.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
If we still wanted to include the slicing the rat,
I kind of want to.
We could just throw that in. Later that night, Billy's come back, he's gone to bed, and Frank just comes down there just to creep him out. I mean, we can even have it that Lynn's walking past and sees him do the thing, and he's like, ooh, to keep her on the straight and narrow, as it were.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe he would do it, but when they would go into the kitchen, he'd be like in the doorway behind Billy.
Yes.
Slicing the rat.
Yeah.
And just staring at her.
Yeah. And then there's the knock at the front door.
And he just backs away into the shadows again.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I like that. I like the visuals of that. That's good. I love that. So again, this is the next bit we wanted to figure out, is because we don't then get the Chinese, the meal with Larry and Kirsty.
I was thinking about that. I wonder if we could... I mean, my contrivance was that it would be a phone call from Rand.
Like the phone call in Gremlins?
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
With the time machine in the
The
background.
time machine and Robbie the robot behind him in the booth.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. He's a bit worried about Lynn because she's been a bit off recently.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, just make sure to spend a bit more time with your mum. Just check on her, will you? You know?
So we'll say that in this case then, he's decided to pop home at lunchtime from the bank just to check up on her.
Something like that. He's come home during the daytime to check. Yeah.
And sees the strange man going in and he's like, "No, Mom."
Yeah.
Mom. And then heads upstairs, heads inside, and then meets cousin Frank.
It's me. Yeah, instead of it's Frank, it's Uncle Frank.
It's Frank. It's Uncle Frank.
I don't suppose his reaction is going to be hugely different to Kirsty's because she's afraid and it gets the better of her, but it takes a little bit of time for that. She does all of that, gets out of the house before she collapses.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Billy's going to be much different.
Not a huge man. If you think about Gremlins, he is very anti-confrontation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not until the very last act of the movie that he actually starts swinging things at something.
Yeah, this is true. That's going to play out similarly. I mean, no, yeah. Again, it's anti-confrontational, so the first thing you do, so grabbing the box would be the same.
Yeah.
Do we think you throw it out the window, or just make it, or just kind of
or just run? Just
push Frank out the way.
Yeah.
Maybe just kind of like close the door. Frank grabs hold of the door from the inside and he throws it open, so slams the door in Frank's face.
Yes.
And then
belts it down the stairs.
Yeah, but again, there is more of a family connection between him and his mum. So would he go and look for her? Would he be worried about her? Because in that scene, we never see Julia in that scene.
No, that's true.
But we know that Kirsty doesn't really trust Julia anyway. They don't get on.
Yeah. See, we're starting to have problems again. And I will remind you, we've already movied this twice.
We have.
I think he would go looking for us. He saw his mother go in with a strange man.
Yeah.
Now he's been confronted with the skinless man and the messed up corpse of bloke who went into the house.
Yes.
Of course he's going to go looking for his mother.
So first of all, then we need to decide where is she at this moment. Is she in one of the other rooms upstairs, or is she on the lower floor, one of the lower floors?
It makes sense that she'd be on one of the lower floors, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to linger the same way that Julia did.
No. So, because one of the bits that we did skip over is where he basically shows her what's happened. Because Julia says, you owe me an explanation.
Yeah.
And he does the bit where he's kind of like shining the light of the box in her eyes to give her kind of... And then we get that kind of flashback to what's happened to it.
Yeah.
So we would have had that so she wouldn't understand the significance of the box. I think if he does run into her on one of the lower floors, she tries to get him away. Tells him to take the box and run.
Yeah.
But she won't go herself. And maybe this is where we see a turning point for her, where Billy's kind of insistent. We know that Frank's coming down the stairs any second. And she just grabs a knife and says, "Get out of here, Billy."
Okay, alright.
And that's, he doesn't want to, but his mum's holding a knife to him.
And he runs.
Yeah. It's more that betrayal, if you like, from his mum.
Mother, yeah, with him turning on him with a knife.
And that's what causes him to pass out. I mean, because I imagine he's going to run out into the street and be more like, "There's fucking crazy shit going on in there." No one's going to believe him.
No.
And then it all catches up with him and he collapses.
Yeah.
Does that?
I think it does it.
Yeah.
I think it does it.
Phew, I think we both need some more.
Oh, I think so.
I thought the hard part was over, but not...
No. No. We're not done fucking with ourselves yet.
No, not at all, because now we get to play around with the Cenobites.
No, that's going to be all kinds of fun, that is.
Yes, but somehow, again, it's still kind of on track.
I would have thought of a couple of things that could be a problem in the next act as well.
Well, we will have to wait until next week for that.
Indeed we will.
So, as always, please have a wonderful weekend. Have a great start to next week, and we will see you next Wednesday.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.